Well, hello, good people. Now, I know those of you that are using Forge are eagerly awaiting control nets for it. Unfortunately, it's only available with Comfy UI at this point, but I did want to show you how you can take an image like this and use a language model like ChatGPT, Claude, Bing Copilot, whatever it is you want to do. And we could sort of do a hack using LLMs to imitate style transfer like IP Adapter does. Now for this particular prompt, I use ChatGPT, just the free version. Just note you're limited to how many attachments you can upload, but if you have a subscription, you don't have to worry about it. You can use Claude, Bing, whatever you want. So as you see here, I just upload the photo. This particular prompt I use in ChatGPT, it's pretty simple. I'll leave a link in the description below to a Google Doc where I'll have a couple examples of this. But the way it's structured is actually pretty simple. I just ask it to name 10 parts of the image and describe it in detail. Here are some things that I'm asking it for to consider, like lighting, composition, style, color, that sort of thing. And for specific poses, sometimes I'll put in the prompt, which will be on a second example on the doc, where you ask it for specific positions of the arms, the hands, the legs, that type of thing. And then this part of the prompt is looking for influences from TV shows, movies, artists, whatever the case may be. Now with Flux, it doesn't really know a lot of the artistic styles, but you could somewhat mimic them. And then the last part of the prompt is just asking it to give you your final prompt. Here it says 500 words, but I normally use only 100 to 200 nowadays, maybe 300. 500 is kind of overkill. And as far as I know, I remember reading somewhere where Flux can use up to 500 tokens. And Flux tends to like verbose types of prompts. Short prompts work as well. It really depends on what you're doing. So the result of that is you'll get these 10 headings for each category, and the detailed descriptions are more for your personal use, where you can actually take elements of these and use them in a prompt, tweak certain words, but it goes through and summarizes all of these 10 points, and then you'll have a 300-word image description that you can use as a prompt. So when you're in Forge, you just copy and paste that description here. Now this one is tweaked a little bit. You can see it's got 287 tokens. And just to remind you, here's the original image. And pay attention to things like the flower here, her crossed legs, the bucket hat, obviously, the plaid dress, and the environment. And we see here in this batch of 4, it picks up a lot of the elements of the photo. Now the composition of the pose isn't exact, but at least we have some elements where the hand is under the chin. We've got the wooden bench here, the autumn landscape. I really like this one, although the hands aren't perfect. They're not bad. And you'll notice the flower decoration is on the hat instead, but it looks very natural. This one's okay, except for the teeth need some work. And then on this pose, it looks great, but this type of pose with her hand in front of her face doesn't look too natural. So it's not going to be perfect. And then what you can do afterwards is change the background. So in these examples, I just said use the same details, but insert cherry blossom trees in the background. I'm just going to flip through these really quickly, and you can see that again, it keeps all the elements of the outfit, the wooden bench. This method works really well. And then once again, I changed the background to more of a cityscape at night. Just a reminder, I know they're not all perfect. I like to show you guys uncherry-picked results. And this one, actually, I changed the prompt to show off the S-curve of the woman here. And you see that it really paid attention to that. Obviously, the consistency of the dress is going to be different, but it does keep that plaid style. Really liked how this one turned out. The hands need some work. Can definitely fix it with some in-painting for sure. Now, just to further drive my point, this was a SDXL image that I did months ago. This time I used Claude to describe it. Slightly different prompt. And initially, I just wanted to recreate the same style of the image using Flux, but then I changed some things to give sort of like a scale-like outfit. You can see it much better here. Keeps the same colors, the same elements, the flowers. I like the scale patterns here along the hair. And then eventually, I just created a dragon from that reference image. So once again, it's sort of like having style transfer, very similar to what IP Adapter does. So take advantage of Flux where it can understand very verbose prompting And you could even use the same concept to edit the same photo very slightly, which will be in another video to come. Now, in case you're new to Forge and Flux, make sure to check out any one of these videos. Until that next one, I'll see you when I see you.